Everybody needs good neighbors with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. Neighbors should be there for one another. That's when good neighbors become good friends.
The reasons don't make any difference, Julie. What you did was appalling.
Yeah, but to throw me out...
Can you blame him? Your father loves you, but he doesn't have to put up with that sort of behaviour.
Well, I just want us to be happy like we used to be. You know, I just don't like things to change.
Oh, Julie, you don't just love, you cling. And if you're not careful, you'll lose your own chance of happiness.
Why did she have to come here?
Well, she's here, and that's the way it is, and I, for one, am glad. Now go and fix your face or you'll be late.
Julie's been crying, Gran.
She and your father had words about last night.
I don't understand it. I reckon Anna's great, don't you?
Yes.
You'll still be around, won't you, Gran? When they get married, I mean.
Oh, yes, I'll be around as long as you want me.
I got a letter from Kim. She's okay.
That's good. Well, don't you think you'd better pick Danny up and get off to school?
Yeah. See you, Gran.
Oh, look, I might have to give the lunchtime session a miss, so I'll see you at the pool about 5, all right?
OK, Dad. Did you see the notice in the change room, Dad, about the competition?
Don't try to walk before you can crawl, sunshine.
I'm better than most of the kids I'm training with. I reckon I'd win it.
Oh, yeah? Like me to stick you down for the Olympics at the same time?
We'll talk about it later, OK, Dad?
Max, Daphne's got a tap which needs fixing. Could you do it before you go to work?
Now, listen, I wouldn't go near the stripper's house, let alone fix a blasted tap.
It's Dess's house, not Daphne's.
The answer's still no. Christ.
Don't worry, Maria. Shane.
I'm not a plumber, Mum.
Well, you've helped your dad on plenty of times.
All right, after breakfast.
Good.
Danny, are you ready yet?
I'll come in, Scott. Hello, Scott.
Hi.
Has your dad gone to work?
You must have. The car's gone.
He usually calls in. Maybe he was running late.
Yeah. I'm sorry about what happened with Julie at the party.
Oh.
Anyway, Dad really let her have it. It won't happen again, I can tell you that.
Oh, off you go, you two. You're late.
Bye, Mum. See you after school, Dad.
Don't be late.
Bye.
Terrific.
What?
You know, I don't reckon I've seen a daughter and father as close as Julie and Jim. And now what's happened?
She's a bossy, interfering girl, and you know it.
She also loved her mother a hell of a lot.
It's 9 years since Anne died. Hasn't Jim got any right to a life of his own?
Stop it, the both of you. I can't take any more of this. Helen?
Anna, what is it?
Why didn't Jim come over and speak to me this morning? I have to know what's happening.
He didn't want to upset you.
He's fighting with Julie, isn't he? And now Max is having a go at Maria. Oh, my God, why did I ever come down here?
Anna, listen to me. Max and Maria have been fighting for years. You can't blame yourself for that. And as far as Julie goes, it's about time she grew up and thought of her father for a change.
I must see him. I don't know whether I can go through with this.
Do you love him or don't you?
Yes.
Well, you made the right decision. You'd better stick to it.
I must say, you're very good with your hands.
Dad would have fixed it faster.
He wouldn't be seen dead in this house.
Daphne, I think I owe you an explanation. Right now, things are pretty mixed up for me. I don't know what I'm going to do or where I'm going to go.
I understand.
And I don't think it'd be fair on anyone to get involved. I mean, well, I've got to sort myself out first.
Who wants to get involved? Not me. Too busy and too smart.
Doesn't mean I'm not looking for friends, though. You in particular. How about we go somewhere tonight? Somewhere where we can sit, have a chat, and have a few laughs together.
Sorry, I'm all booked up.
Working?
Not exactly.
Maybe some other time.
Look, why don't you get yourself sorted out, then ask me, yeah?
I mean it, Daphne. I do want us to be friends.
Sure. Thanks for fixing the tap. Tell your old man to send us the bill.
Jim, I'm sorry. Sorry to call you away from work. I had to see you.
That's all right. Anyway, I wanted to apologize for yesterday.
How is Julie?
Oh, she'll be fine.
This isn't all her fault, you know, Jim. I mean, look at the way Max is carrying on. It just seems to me that any happiness between us is doomed.
Hey, it's enough of that. Look, I've been thinking. We're not spending enough time alone together. Why don't we go out for dinner tonight? We won't talk about anyone. Not Julie, Max. Just the two of us.
All right. But let me say this. If I am the cause of any more problems between you and Julie, I won't be able to cope. Max was right about that. I am not as strong as Maria. Up north, I led a very sheltered life. I mean, the last thing on earth I want to do is to destroy a family, especially your family.
I love you.
Sorry I didn't make it to the party last night. That meeting went on for ages. How'd it go?
It's all right.
Sounds great.
I don't want to talk about it, Des.
Hey, your dad's doing all right for himself with Anna, don't you reckon?
I don't want to talk about it, Des.
Okay. Don't bring your problems to work. It's the second time you've been out in your balance.
Oh, hi.
Catch that, will you?
What's wrong?
I should have thought that was quite obvious after last night.
Oh, Peter, don't you start. Look, it's bad enough at home. Can I see you tonight? I mean, I want to try and make you understand.
I've got something more or less lined up.
It's important, Peter.
See how I go.
Something borrowed? I've been longing for a day when I can hand it on to you. See?
Oh, I will never forget how beautiful you looked on your wedding day.
Remember the mad panic when I couldn't find my shoes?
Yes.
God. You'll enjoy having your own home. You will.
I wonder if it will ever really feel like mine.
Of course it will. Forget about Julie. Pretty soon she'll get married and move into her own house. It should have happened long ago.
I suppose you're right. Ooh.
I know I am. Krasavice.
You're prejudiced.
Sure, but you're still going to be the loveliest bride ever.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum.
Got another night off, Daph?
Yes, but don't spread it around.
Why not? Frighten people to start thinking you're respectable.
Shane came over and fixed the tap. He asked me out. I said I was tied up.
Why, Daph?
Oh, because.
Well, we can't make a lie out of you. Dress up, we'll go out and eat somewhere.
Thanks, Des, but I'd just as soon stay at home.
Okay, but there'll be no more home cooking tonight. I'll go out and get the goodies and a nice bottle of wine and we'll have fun right here. And dress up, Daph. It's definitely going to be a formal do.
How much longer are Max and Danny going to be at the pool?
Oh, not long. Dad was late, and I thought maybe it was a good idea to leave them together for a while.
Was that a good idea?
Well, it's worth a try. Danny was pushing Dad about that competition again. so I thought I'd leave him to it.
He picked the wrong day to do that.
Yeah, but the idea is to try and make them talk, Mum, amongst other things.
Yes.
Dad's really against Anna and Jim getting married, isn't he?
Oh, he thinks Anna should do the right thing by Gino. And he's wrong.
Well, I suppose Gino's going to be pretty shattered. I mean, if you encourage someone, then cool off, it's pretty hard to take. But I suppose everyone has to do it their own way, don't they?
Yes, they should, if they can.
Sorry to bother you at tea time, but I wondered if I could pick up my salad bowl. I forgot all about it last night.
Oh, yes, I meant Shane to bring it in to you.
Hi, Carol.
Hello, Shane.
Come through and I'll get it.
Thanks. Such a shame about last night. Still, you can understand why. Must be terribly upsetting for your sister.
Yes. Oh, Shane, finish the table, please, will you?
With pleasure, Mum.
Oh, I saw you going into Des Clarke's house this morning, Shane.
Yes, Miss Lawrence was having trouble with her plumbing.
Oh. I didn't know Shane had gone into the plumbing business.
Oh, he hasn't. It was an emergency.
Oh, well, I better get home to the kids. I'll go out the back way.
See you. And thanks for the salad.
Oh, that's all right, bye.
Gee, she's a dragon.
She's a very unhappy person.
Yeah, but she's a real pain in the butt.
That was a very vulgar remark you made to her about that plumbing.
But it was the truth. But boy, will she make a meal out of it when she tells the rest of the street.
Oh, don't touch them.
That's an old wives' tale about surprises.
You'll apologise to me at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
The best thing you can do for me in the morning, and the best surprise you can give me, is to tell me that you're going to get married, and to hell with the consequences.
Yes, but the consequences do include what happens to you in all this.
Oh, you don't have to worry about me. I've already sorted out a very happy future for myself. Besides, I'm only moving into a unit, not out of your lives.
Well, as long as you're sure that's what you want to do.
Positive. Anyway, you don't want an old chook fussing around when you and Anna are starting married life.
Old chook, eh? Only you'd call yourself an old chook. No one else would dare.
Well, old chook's okay. It's just that I'm dreading the day when they call me an old boiler.
Oh, you'll never be an old boiler. We owe you such a lot, Helen. When Anne died, it seemed the most natural thing in the world for you to move in and help me bring up the kids. But it was only later that I realised what a big sacrifice you'd made for us.
Ah, sacrifice nothing. Gave me a new lease of life. Just as marrying Anna will to you.
Think it'll work out?
If you want it to, it will.
You know, I meant it when I told Julie she had to apologise to Anna or move out of the house.
It's fair enough.
Well, I better turn the dinner down. Goodness knows when Danny and Max will come back.
You know, my mother-in-law is about the wisest person I know.
I couldn't agree with you more.
And she's right when she says the sooner we're married, the better.
Oh, I just remembered. I got the photos. They're really good.
Gino, eh? Still haven't told him.
No. I will, Jim.
Yeah, I know you will. Let's have a look at the pictures.
Oh, I'd like a word with Mr. Clarke.
Oh, he's out. You can come in and wait if you like.
No, thank you. I'm sure I'm interrupting you.
You did cut my shower short.
I expect you're getting ready for work.
Actually, I'm working at home tonight.
I don't know if you've had other complaints, but you'll be getting them. A lot of people are getting fed up with taxis roaring up the street at 3 o'clock in the morning and people slamming doors and waking everybody up.
Is that what you and your husband do when you go to bed? Watch the clock?
Hi, could you step inside and put this down? It's hot.
I'd prefer to stay out here, thank you.
Ah, what can we do for you?
There's a lot of talk in the street, Des. People are fed up with noisy taxis, and I think most of them feel that you would be perhaps better off looking for a more suitable tenant.
Do they? Perhaps you'd care to step in and tell me just who's saying that.
I have my reputation to think of. I'm a mother. I couldn't possibly step inside this house.
Then why don't you act like a mother and go home and look after your kids? If you've got any complaints, put them in writing.
Good for you, Des.
What a nerve. You know what's really wrong, don't you? She's just jealous because she doesn't look as good as you in a bath towel.
Stick a gear in the laundry, Daddy. You can work up the tramp with Shane until your tea's ready.
Don't overdo it, Max. He must be tired out.
You know, he's going to talk competitions. They have to work harder, a lot harder.
G'day, mate.
Jim?
You've been looking at the pictures Anna took when they went to the markets.
Oh, yeah? You told Gino you're not going to marry him yet?
No,
She's written him a letter.
I haven't posted it.
Well, listen, if you two are going to go ahead with this thing, don't you think he ought to know?
Lay off, Max, will you?
I'm not going to post it.
Anna?
I'm going to tell Gino to his face. I owe him that if nothing else.
Oh, hello, Peter. Come on in.
Is Julie home, Mrs. Daniels?
Yes, she is. Oh, would you like to stay for dinner?
Well, no, thank you. I better not. Thank you all the same.
I'll get her. Julie? Here she is. Well, I'd better get back to the kitchen.
Was this you?
Mm-hmm. When I was 6.
Cute. Well, you asked me round. Here I am.
Uh-huh. Well, let's have a seat. Oh. You know, I'm moving out on the weekend.
Oh? Where to?
Well, I spoke to Marilyn about it, and she said I can stay with her until I find a place of my own.
Did you apologise to Anna, Julie?
No, I won't do that.
It's a pity you can't see what a wonderful lady she is.
Yes, well, she might be in some ways. But it's a pity you can't see what she's doing to this family. You know, we were really happy until all this happened. In some ways it was as though Mum was just on a holiday and Gran was looking after us. And I couldn't wait to get home from work. And now look at us. Dad wants me to move out and her to move in. It'll never, ever be the same again.
No, I guess it won't. I hope things work out for you, Julie.
Why aren't you staying for tea?
No, thanks. I told your grandmother. I won't be seeing you again.
Well, why not?
I tried to tell you last night. Sometimes you want something so much, but it doesn't work out. I wanted you to be someone you're not. Just as you want your father to give Anna up. What for, Julie?
For the family.
Say goodbye to your grandmother for me, will you?
Madam will have a little more wine.
Thank you. I understand you may be looking for a new tenant shortly, Mr. Clarke.
Oh, no, I find my present tenant very satisfactory. Besides, frankly, Miss Lawrence, I'd be devastated if you left.
You would?
Yes. You own the furniture, remember?
What's wrong?
I was just thinking about a neighbour we had in Queensland. He never smiled. Never. But his wife, she was just the opposite, a happy woman. She used to say, "It's being so happy that keeps him going." You've been looking like that man all evening.
Oh, I'm sorry. I suppose it's having so many sad faces around us. It's catching.
It shouldn't be a time for sadness, should it?
No. I know we've got a few problems, but it won't be for much longer. You know Max. He'll soon change his mind and give us his blessing. I spoke to Helen. She says she's looking forward to doing other things with her life. The boys are delighted we're getting married. And it's really only a matter of time until
What
Lucy...
about Julie?
Yeah, I know you don't want her to move out, but I think it's best if she does.
Oh, no, Jim. Talk to her. Ask her to stay with you.
No, she slapped her. She slapped your face. I can't forgive her for that.
Come on. That slap brought me to my senses. We've been living in a fool's paradise, you and I. I've been trying to say something to you all evening. I love you, Jim.
I love you.
But I'm saying goodbye. I'm going home and I'm not coming back. Oh, I just wish I could avoid hurting you like this, but we both know that this is the way it's got to be. I'll never be sorry we met. Bye, Jim.